Hello. Have some pickups to show you. I also want to talk about a couple new releases I'm anticipating coming out Friday, August the 12th, both of them. And I like to talk a little bit about those. But anyway, starting with the pickups, one of them was just released yesterday. The other one's been out for a while, and I just have gotten the funds to get it in my collection today. This week, got it a couple days ago, and they're both CDs, and I have them both digitally after Amazon um, mailed me the physical copies of them. And I've not had a chance to listen to both of these in their entirety yet. I'll get to my full thoughts on them after that occurs. The first one I'd like to talk about is a supergroup, as these kind of bands have become known. A group of musicians that have made their name in other bands have formed a band of their own. And this band is called Iconic, and this is their debut album, Second Skin. And the band is made up of, on guitar and vocals, Michael Sweet of Stryper. There's also Nathan Johnson, who does the majority of the vocals, from what I understand, on this album. And Michael Sweet takes over for a little bit. Him and Nathan share at least one song, maybe more, that I've listened to. And they are joined by guitarist Joel Hoekstra, who has been in Whitesnake for the last few years, and drummer Tommy Aldridge, who has been in Whitesnake for, I believe, since they toured for the 1987 album. I know he didn't play on the 1987 album, but I think he's been with Whitesnake since they've toured for that album. And bassist Marco Mendoza. Now, Nathan Johnson and Marco Mendoza, although I remember hearing those names, especially Marco Mendoza, I don't have knowledge in their backgrounds. I apologize for that. Those of you who do, feel free to educate me in the comments, and hopefully nicely. But anyway, here's the booklet. There's the band, lyrics, and credits. So far, the standout track for me on this album is the first track, Fast As You Can. Nathan and Michael split the vocal duties on that song. The second one is a band that's been around for a while, have been through some lineup changes, to say the least. Some people are glad this band is still around, as obviously I am, since I bought this album. And some people have denied their existence ever since their very famous lead vocalist departed. And that is the band Journey, and this is their latest album, Freedom, which just dropped yesterday. Standard lyrics and credits, which is strange. All credits are up front, and there's pictures of the band interspersed. And in the back of the book, here, are lyrics so small, I don't know how in the hell I'll read those. I probably won't, because I can't read worth anything with my eyesight the way it is now. Maybe after I have some cataract surgery, maybe my ability to read will improve. I don't know. But as far as this Journey album goes, I've heard, mainly from what I've heard from this album, have been the singles, like 3 or 4 of the singles that have dropped, like The Way We Used to Be, which was dropped a year ago. Let It Rain. And I'll say one thing. There's elements of Journey in this album when Steve Perry was with the band. And then there's things that harken back to the sound the band had before Steve Perry was with the band. The 70s Journey that didn't include Steve Perry. And Let It Rain is one of those songs. But the song that stands out to me out of the singles I heard is Don't Give Up on Us. I've also heard the song You Got the Best of Me. But back to Don't Give Up on Us. What I like about that song is it gives vibes of a mellower, Separate Ways. The first time I heard it, the keyboard introduction from Jonathan Cain kicked in, I'm like, yeah, I'm feeling the Separate Ways vibe here. Then the guitar riff by Neil Schon, and apparently there are other callbacks to previous albums and songs on other songs on this I've not heard yet. I'm looking forward to spinning both of these in their entirety. I probably spin the Iconic when I start doing some chores I need to get done after I'm done making this video. And the last thing I like to talk about is 2 releases coming out August the 12th, and they're 2 more supergroups. The first one being a band that I was introduced to when I was gifted their previous album to this one by the music community's very good friend Jim Davies. He sent me a vinyl copy of their second album, and it's the band Nordic Union, which features Ronnie Atkins, who is in the band Pretty Maids also, a band that I've gotten to know a little bit thanks to Bev, aka Clark Ovision. And and the album is called Animalistic. If it's anything like Second Coming, I'll enjoy the album. So I'm looking forward to listening to that. And maybe I misunderstood, but I had heard that Ronnie Atkins has had some health issues. And if that's the case, hopefully he's improving, as the fact that he released an album gives me an impression that he's improving. Whatever, I hope Ronnie's in good health. The second one is another supergroup made up of members of the band Merciful Fate, who I have no knowledge of other than hearing the name. And that's a band called A to Z. They released their self-titled debut on August 12th. I'm going to pre-order both of these. And today, about 3 or 4 times, at least 3 or 4 times today, after being made aware of it, I listened to their single, Trial by Fire, which is also the name of a Journey Element song, but this one sounds nothing like the Journey song. But oh my gosh, it's check out Trial by Fire from the band A to Z. If you're a melodic hard rock AOR fan, this will be right up your alley. Who knows, I might listen to it 1 or 2 more times today. But anyway, there's my pickups, my thoughts on some upcoming music that's coming out. If you're a fan of any of these musicians that are featured on these two albums I showed on here. I recommend you pick them both up. I forgot to mention the lineup for the Journey album, but there's Neal Schon, who's been with the band since day one. Jonathan Cain on keyboards, who has been around at least since the Escape album, if not before. Arnel Pineda on vocals, who has been with the band, I believe, for 15 years or so now, and I believe this is his third album he's made with the band. Randy Jackson, who played bass on the Raised on Radio album and the Raised on Radio tour, supplied the bass. Narada Michael Walden is the drummer. Dean Castronovo, who has been drumming for Journey on tour this summer, does vocals for a song, I believe it's the song Afterglow. And Jason Derolatka does some vocals, background vocals, and he's done some lead vocals on a couple of songs on Journey's set list on tour, make up the musicians who did Journey's Freedom album. But anyway, like I said, there's my video for you today. Sorry for being rusty. I don't do these very often anymore. I apologize for that too. But I have been keeping up with a good portion of my people I've subscribed to in the music community. I wish you all the best, and I will talk to you again soon, probably to give my thoughts on both of these albums once I've had a chance to wrap my head around them. And until I do talk to you again, have a good day and enjoy the music.